My name is Harry. I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is September 30th, 2024. It is 1:40. I have about 13 tweets to go over. It took me a while to put it together. So let's look at some numbers of the channel for record purposes, and feel free to skip. Alright, 4,439 subscribers. Estimate revenue $70.12. Let's look at analytics. 762 views in the last 48 hours. That last video, I put it out. It was one of the videos that I recorded and edited, I believe yesterday, Saturday, and I put it out late afternoon, early morning, I believe, yesterday. So I hope some of you check it out. Okay, so let's go on Twitter. I believe this is the first one. So I start this one in a way where it seems like people on that side of the pond is not really paying attention too much to Charles and William, so they revamp their tactic on Harry and Meghan again. Okay, when you see some of the tweets that I have for you, it seems like that's what they start again. They went back to their drawing board to start their stupid campaign that's not working because nobody's really paying attention to them. Alright, so this part here is two videos. This one on that side, it has Charles car, the Monarch car drive by. Nobody really pay too much attention to them. And then this one is an old video. I shared it with you a while back. That's William. I think he went to Aberdeen. Nobody really come to look at him, to cheer for him. So it seems like something is up. So they went back to their old tactic again. Okay, a busy week in Scotland for royal family. William and Aberdeen, Charles and Edinburgh. Are you beginning to think it was all a scam? Alright, so let's watch this one. That's Charles' thing here. How do you call this? Motorcade or Monarch's car? I don't know how you call it. Passing by, nobody really paying attention to them. You have police on the street and things like that, and there's people just minding their own business. Alright, so there's William here. I'm gonna be putting screenshot because that I leave it small. This I shared it already. I don't want to spend too much time on it. Alright, so I shared that one already. Okay, need a suitable tune for open road video. Alright, so that's him here. Royal Mile remix. So I guess he put music here. I'm not gonna look at it again. Okay, Taylor Swift will have a bigger crowd than this. A Taylor Swift tribute act rehearsal will get a better crowd than this. Okay, Annie Lichuk, who wrote that? He weaved through the crowd. Oh, so there was something. Oh, this one was a retweet of something and I cannot find the retweet. Let me see if I click this. Never mind. Let's go back. Okay, so never mind. Okay, so I'm done with that tweet. Let's pause this. Next tweet. Alright, let's pause this GIF. Boris Johnson wasn't supposed to go on the record. He just made it very clear that they only approached Harry about staying after his wife had fled to Canada. I love how they confirm everything in spare after spending months trying to discredit him. I don't know. There's something, it seems like, why they can't be upfront to people. I spoke about this in another video, probably in one. I did 4 videos yesterday, so it's probably in one of them. Not the one with the sun. Not this one. I know for sure because I only focus on that. This one is only one tweet and I focus on it. But it seems like like I said, I did 4 videos, so it's probably in one of them. They can't be upfront with anybody. I mean, what's their purpose? Do they understand their position? Why can't they say what they need to say to Meghan? Meghan or Harry, or both of them at the same time. Why they can't be upfront to both of them? So they did all of this. Humiliate Harry and Meghan on a national and global scale, but yet all they wanted for Meghan to leave, which, what do you call it? Piers Morgan did say it. Go back to America.
Piers, if you want to be private, go back to America and live privately. It's pretty straightforward.
What did Meghan do? She left. And then afterward, once she left, they're doing all this nonsense. They want Harry to stay. I mean, even from the beginning, why didn't they tell Harry, no, don't marry her? So Harry could decide from that point on. Did that huge wedding, pretend you accept her, walk her down the aisle, and that egg who literally hired Simon Case to write Harry out of there was the best man. We know from Spare that he wasn't truly, that was just a front. And let's not forget as well, this is a wedding that both of them, Harry and Meghan, did not want. They wanted to do their wedding privately, but they forced it upon them. So they went along with it, and then they create this BS around it for them. So we cannot blame them. You know, they wanted to create this facade that how good of a family they are, and everything else was fake. All right, so we cannot blame Harry or Meghan about the public wedding of the facade, the nonsense that they created, the spectacle. All right, but in Spare, Harry clarified it, putting nonsense, creating a facade for the public, but yet deep inside, they want people to accept them with their BS. It's like a two-faced kind of thing. But meanwhile, Harry and Meghan was being truthful to them, one front, but yet they're playing two-faced. The royal family is playing two-faced with Harry and Meghan and the public. I don't understand. This extract was so beautiful. There's the laugh. This is the best truth teller of it all. Okay, you can bet the palace is trying to figure out how to spend this away because it makes them look stupid, which is some of the tweet I'm gonna be sharing with you. I think they went back to the drawing board and to try to rewrite history. But when they say their BS, they go on top of the roof to scream it out for those who don't even care about it to pay attention to them, and now they're trying to walk it back. People don't forget. Oh my God. And I think that's what happened this past Sunday, because some of the nonsense that I was seeing, I'm like, what the hell? They expect people to forget, especially the next video, the next tweet that I have coming after I read some of these here. Okay, you can bet the palace is trying to figure out how to spend this away because it makes them look stupid. Since they can't complain and explain it away, they'll have to pressure Boris or Harry to deny it or hope it gets buried. It's already written. They're gonna try to do another version of Omid's book, okay, to take all those points back and then insert their BS for one page. I don't know. Okay, I think the Queen sent Boris, and I think the intention was to get both of them to stay, but they very clearly wanted Harry alone because they thought without Meghan, he would be easier to control and manipulate him. That's the thing. They never understood Harry. Even the brother, when they're doing joint interview, you know, when they talk to Harry, ask Harry a question, he jump in to put Harry down.
How about you, Harry?
He'd probably sit in and play computer games and drink beer. Thanks a lot. No,
Harry never do any pushback because Harry understand his position. Okay? But now that Harry is married, he has a child, he's like, what happened to me as a child is not going to happen to my kids and my family. And then he brought in someone who had, if you're looking for a perfect record for someone who's in the public eye, Meghan is as close as to being perfect. Unfortunately, there's no perfect human being, but she came as close as possible. She came honestly try, and she literally told them everything that she wanted to do as she was getting married to Harry. But they didn't take her word seriously, but instead those people went bonkers. Okay, the same way they announced the date of the Syndrome Summit after his wife left. It was clear they didn't want her there. So predictable. Yeah. Alright, Boris is an idiot, and for the Queen to send him to talk to Harry shows that no one in that family knew a goddamn thing about the man Harry was. Yep, that's exactly that. Yep. Harry made up his mind. Okay, let's see this. She has another one. And yes, you are correct. Day by day, Harry is further vindicated for what he wouldn't spare. They wanted to isolate him and have him alone because they thought he'll be easier to manipulate and control with the strong American woman by his side. Harry is no fool. That's it. That's another very good point she brought up. All the three comments she wrote here is exactly that. I agree. There's one more. I'll just leave this here. The Duke carried out a number of overseas visits, including to realm and Commonwealth nation on behalf of the Queen Elizabeth II. He also represents the UK's interests overseas at the request of the government. His official duties saw him visit all 7 continents. Okay. But he's not working royal anymore. The brother literally pushed him out. So now some of the thing that he's doing, it's for him under Archwell or Invictus. Let me see. There's one comment here. Okay, that's exactly why Queen Elizabeth II put Harry and Meghan in charge of the Commonwealth Trust. Queen Elizabeth knew they had the skill set to manage it. Chuck, William, and Queen E saw fit giving Harry an ultimatum, and it backfired. Sending Boris to fix things was tacky and trifling. Alright, let's go to the next tweet. This one is a video of the Sun. This should be a video by itself, similar to this one right here. It's so stupid. Alright, let's pause this. Quote, taking part in all the things Prince William's kids take part in. Then quote, there's the thinking face, like what Hugo going to football matches in a suit and ties, standing on a balcony waving. None of those things benefit the children because they are done for the amusement of royalists who feel entitled to see them. Harry and Meghan have made the decision together spare their children this life. Also, what sane individual look at Thomas Markle and his other offspring and thinks those are people I want around my children? Alright, so let's listen to this. This is the Sun who put this, and that's a retweet of it. Control freaks, Meghan keeps her and Harry's kids away from royals. I mean, do this... Oh, there's my comment here. 13 people like it. But let's listen to this.
Children, as I see it, is that, okay, probably having a very nice time being brought up in California. I'm sure it's a lovely place to be brought up. But there's going to come a point when they realise that they are actually cousins to the British royal family and that they could have, taken part in all the sort of things that, that Prince William's children take part in.
And this guy forgot. Literally, what's his name? Piers Morgan told Meghan, if you want to be private, go back to America.
If you want to be private, go back to America and live privately. It's pretty straightforward.
This is exactly what she did. She kept her kids private and her personal life remained private because this is what she wanted when she was in the UK. Her private life to remain private. But when she does royal engagement with Harry and things like that, you guys could take as much picture as possible. But you guys refuse that. And you literally... What's his name? Piers Morgan literally told her to go back to America. So what the hell are you telling? And then this guy, William, literally put that in writing for Harry and Meghan to get themselves out of there. And this is why Harry had to go to court and have the judge review it. Because he saw this was a full-blown mistake, stupidity that was happening. But the judge agreed with William, so he left.
They don't even, as far as I can see, know their cousins at all. And that surely must be quite tricky and disappointing, really, for them.
Okay, so if the royal family feel that way, guess what? It's a two-way street. Why can't William and his kid travel to California to go see Harry's children? Literally, it's not safe for Meghan and the kids to go over there. So why can't William take his kids to California? What's his name? The cousin. Is it Eugenie? Eugenie flew to California. They hang out. But it seems like, I think in my humble opinion, that probably gonna stop, because it seems like after that royal garden party that William had, it seems like they made her choose a side.
He clearly didn't want to be there. And it's easy to sit here now and say that's the fact. But when you were watching it...
Alright, so if Eugenie can do it, to go hang out with Harry and Meghan, why can't William do that? From my understanding, they claim that the monarch has full authority over his grandkids. So while Harry's kids are over there, safe from Charles, who's afraid of the tabloid, who right now, Harry has, you know, I believe in January, there's a lawsuit that's gonna go forward for Charles to hold the kids against Harry, for Harry to stop the lawsuit. That's why they want the kids over there. Everything has to do with the lawsuit that's coming. Alright, so let's continue. And these people, not only that, they forget all the things that they put Meghan and Harry through. We're supposed to completely, like something in our brain, to completely remove, to forget all the BS that they put Harry through and Meghan.
They talk a lot about family values and things, but remember, it's not only the king as one grandfather that they haven't met. They haven't met Meghan Markle's father either, who only lives 70 miles away. And we know he's very upset and distressed about that.
Oh, please, this guy is freaking lunatic. Isn't the plan was, literally, Thomas Markle said, the plan was to stop the wedding.
Right. So that may have been one of the things that upset her. And of course, the photographs were a setup. I was set up by a guy named Jeff Rayner and another guy named Dylan Howard, who was with American Media, I think. And the whole thing was a plan to actually mess up the wedding.
To mess up the wedding, I think that's what he said. I have the video. So why would Meghan want to deal with that when Meghan literally trying to get in touch with her father? Instead, you know, the father is lying to her, and she decided to write him a letter. And it is through that Meghan sued the papers for taking the letter that she wrote her father and publicized it, and went to Thomas Markle to get the letter, and Thomas gave the letter. All this was because of Thomas Markle, and along with the royal family, they teamed up to stop the wedding.
And the whole thing was a plan to actually mess up the wedding.
So why would Meghan have anything to do with that, with that side of the family? So we're supposed to forget all of that. Alright, so let's continue.
That, I mean, it is nice for children to meet their grandparents because it's all part of the wider part of being a member of a family. So
oh, now it's a family? This guy, what the hell is wrong with these people? It feels like one of those Twilight movies that I'm watching here. We're supposed to forget all of this, and this guy coming on national television as if none of this happened. And isn't this the paper that Harry's suing? So in other words, they sound all welcoming, sound as if none of the BS they put Harry and Meghan through then happened. And then for them to, how call this, go over there as if nothing happened, remove their comfort zone. There's another word I'm looking for, but I can't think of it right now. So for them to go in and ambush them and hold them against their will, so Harry do not take them to court, because I believe it's them Harry is taking to court. Let me look it up. Yeah, all right. I asked Google, is Prince Harry suing the Sun? He is among a number of people to bring cases against the publisher, with a full trial of some of the cases due to be held at the High Court in January 2025. The publisher has previously denied unlawful activity took place at the Sun. Okay, it's them they're suing. And then all of a sudden, this idiot is talking as if none of the thing that they did took place. And then for Harry to bring his family when a lawsuit is gonna pop up next year, in a couple months. The year is almost over. In 3 months, I believe. And this month is almost over. We are, September 30th. Okay? So Harry's supposed to bring his family over there leading up to that lawsuit, and for these people to cause him harm, his family harm. And we know his father is afraid of the papers.
I'm acutely aware of where my family stand and how scared they are of the tabloids turning on them.
Turning on them for what? They're the royal family.
Yes, but it's there is this invisible, what's termed or referred to as the invisible contract behind closed doors between the institution and the tabloids, UK tabloids.
How so?
Well, it is to simplify it. It's a case of if you as a family member are willing to wine, dine, and give full access to these reporters, then you will get better press.
What do you care about better press if you're royal?
I think everyone needs to have some compassion for them in that situation, right? There is a level of control by fear that has existed for generations. I mean,
But who's controlling?
And then these people have control over Charles pretty much, in my humble opinion. And then for Harry to bring his family over there, talking all nice and everything. But meanwhile, actually there's a tweet that someone put with an image of all those tabloid headlines. Let me look for it. There it is here. As if we're supposed to forget all of this. I don't know if I have this on the list, but that's that. Okay, Meghan left the UK in 2020 and never going back. They still bully and lied about her every single day. You mean for all of this? And there's plenty more. This is just a few she put together. We're supposed to forget all about this. And this guy coming with his smooth talking voice as if none of the BS they put her through happened. I'm going to play this over because I keep on talking over it, so you could listen to it fully. All right, but let's continue.
I think it's not only the British royal family that they don't meet, but they didn't meet Mr. Markle either. So, so therefore I'm a little bit dubious when they talk about the family values that they espouse. So it's a sad situation all round. I mean, it's fine while everything's going well for Harry and Meghan with the two children, but if things don't go so well, then that's when it would be nice if they knew their extended families, which they don't.
Well, those extended family don't care about them. Okay, then Charles says something. I do not have that screenshot where if something happened to Harry, it doesn't matter. It won't do something to public interest or something like that. Charles doesn't care. Okay, so what this guy is talking about?
I'm sure she wants to be in control. There would be no great harm in them meeting grandparents on either side of the family, and I think probably everybody would feel better if that happened, but I don't think it's likely to somehow.
Oh, this people are freaking ridiculous. Let me play it again. Hopefully I don't have anything to say, but this is completely lunatic, Twilight Zone, some piece of his brain. He just want to lure. Okay, that's it. Pretending they are welcome, lure them. This is exactly who Harry is suing, the son. So they're talking on national television as if they're going to be welcome. And then they're going to put some fear tactic on Charles to grab the kids, do not let them go until, Harry take the, stop the lawsuit. They've been trying. All right, so let me play it again. Without any interruption, crossing my finger, I have nothing to say. All right, so there it is. Another 1 minute and 38 seconds.
The problem for the children, as I see it, is that, okay, probably having a very nice time being brought up in California. I'm sure it's a lovely place to be brought up. But there's going to come a point when they realise that they are actually cousins to the British royal family and that they could have, taken part in all the sort of things that, the Prince William's children.
I'm sorry. I did say I wasn't going to interfere. Then, what is it? When Archie was born, when they asked William, how does it feel to be uncle or something? What did he say? He already was an uncle to Kate's sister's kids or something like that. So they don't care about Harry's kids at all. And then if Harry's kids were to come and then overshadow the rest of them, what will happen? Oh my goodness. Okay, let's continue.
Take part in, and they don't even, as far as I can see, know their cousins at all. And that surely must be quite tricky and disappointing, really, for them. They talk a lot about family values and things, but remember, it's not only the king as one grandfather that they haven't met. They haven't met Meghan Markle's father either, who only lives 70 miles away. And we know he's very upset and distressed about that. I mean, it is nice for children to meet their grandparents because it's all part of the wider part of being a member of a family. So I think it's not only the British royal family that they don't meet, but they didn't meet Mr. Markle either. So, so therefore I'm a little bit dubious when they talk about the family values that they espouse. So it's a sad situation all round. I mean, it's fine while everything's going well for Harry and Meghan with the two children, but if things don't go so well, then that's when it would be nice if they knew their extended families, which they don't. I'm sure she wants to be in control. There would be no great harm in them meeting grandparents on either side of the family, and I think probably everybody would feel better if that happened, but I don't think it's likely to somehow.
It was painful to actually listen to it again. That's my comment here. These people are some bad shit crazy. They're talking as if the crazy debacle they put Meghan Markle through didn't happen. People need to stay away from individuals like him. That's some psychotic mindset in a different dimension talking here. People are supposed to forget the British media and the royal family behavior toward Meghan Markle. Gary, William and Kate's kids get trotted out to deflect from their parents' bad behavior. Case in point, they briefed to the Sun that George started flying lesson after all the blowback from the Cancer music video. Oh my God, they did? Oh my God, I don't follow them, I didn't know. Okay, when they had Little Bet's birthday party in the UK, that family couldn't find the time to attend. I forgot about this. Yes! And then they put the picture of Little Bet's first birthday picture that Meghan took. It's not Meghan who took it. What's his name? The photographer. Oh, God. I can't think of his name right now. Missing Harriman. Okay, that was a clear message. I won't bring my children around those people either. And then this crossed my mind and I decided not to pause the video to insert it. When they were showing them coming out of the church and I saw the kids. And I'm like, kids will always be kids. They will have disagreement and there might be a little fight here and there. So what happened if, I'm pretty sure the Archie will be more tame than the others, because you could look at, for instance, that birthday party they did for Little Bet. He was sitting down very nicely singing his happy birthdays, and then it's until Harry called him and he jumped on the table. But I know from that perspective I could tell you that Archie would be more in a much calmer behavior. But what if William kids hurt Harry's kids and then Archie decided to retaliate? What's gonna happen? These people, they don't consider things as kids being kids, okay? And they will probably do something to Archie because of whatever might start, innocently. So it's best right now for people to stay away. The way that it is right now, I think, is the best way. They could reunite when the kids are adult if they want to rehash or whatever. But right now, the way those, the tabloid meddling and family matters and all of this making things worse. And this is why Harry wanted things to be private, but they refuse. Alright, they want Harry and Meghan's children to play second fiddle to William's children. With the monarchy, Williams is king. William does not want Harry to come back, that said, with or without Meghan. Yeah, it was put it in paper. Okay, all the British royal experts are so single-minded, they think being a member of the royal family is the pinnacle in life everyone wish for. This is the BS they put on their head. But at some point, people used to have respect for them. But the nonsense that they displayed this past couple decades, I guess. Alright, so actually, since Princess Diana, they start to water down, diluted the value, the meaning of their position. Nobody, well, I would not say nobody, majority of people don't have respect for them the way that they used to, because they show their true self, their nonsense, their spiteful behavior for no reason. Okay, William and Kate could hop on a plane with their children to visit their cousin. Why is it always Harry's problem that the cousins don't know each other? That's a very good point, and I think I brought it up too. Okay, like I think when I brought in Eugenie or something could fly and hang out with Harry, they could do that too. All right, next tweet. What do you mean recovery? Are you telling us he's been clear of cancer this whole time, yet he's been lying that he's still getting treatment? Okay, so that's a retweet of that. That's a screenshot. The king is feeling positive and his continued recovery from cancer and preparing for his autumn tour down under by following a renewed health regime, immersing himself in nature and the company of loved ones. Full story. I'm laughing because now all of a sudden him and the other one who had cancer, all of a sudden they recovered, and this is the backlash the other one was getting.
I will never believe it, but now we can start the process of finding out if they ever got uttered, what the context was, and whether there was any racial intent at all. Like I say, I don't believe there was. The royals who are named in this book are King Charles and Catherine, Princess of Wales.
When there were some stuff that I was reading, it's somewhere in my videos, that she's not sharing her treatment, while so many other women, when they go to chemo, they lose their hair. So all of a sudden, both of them recovered. What a miracle. Oh my goodness. Phew. They say, indeed, sir, indeed. That sure was a fast trip down the cancer treatment, remission, recovery road and back. If I didn't know better, I'll think he and what's her face, Mumble, the irrelevant, the fourth, were training for the Olympics. They did that so fast. Perhaps now, let's see, perhaps now, with their amazing, miraculous recoveries and good health, they can take up a break dancing. I hear there's a lady in Australia who can give lessons while Chuck... Is that lady from the ocean? There were some videos, some tweets I was supposed to go back to. Some of them were about the Olympics and stuff. I never had time to go back to it. I know who she's talking about. That Olympic lady went to a breakdancing. People just can't believe. And I think she's getting some really bad press in Australia, because there are some really good kids who's, you know, probably don't have the same privilege to, I guess, for trial or whatever, to represent the Australian. But she took that spot, and then this is the BS she displayed. You guys should look for breakdancing Australia. That's the keyword. Breakdancing Australian. The nonsense she displayed. I can't believe that. Alright, let me finish that. I hear there's a lady in Australia who can give lessons while Chuck it after you F it the third is visiting. Alright, okay, that's an ad. There's that. Has he not rung the bell yet to say he's in recession? He never had it. Alright, something is up which is making them slightly walk back cancer. I wonder what it is. You cannot recover from something you don't and never had. I told ya from day one, no cancer for Charles or Kitty. They have no shame. Shaking my head. Alright, when exposed as racist toward a child, use the cancer card to clean. That's right, to clean up one's image. Yeah, I mean, this is ridiculous. There's more comment. Let me leave that alone. Next tweet. I'm already 30-something minutes. Okay, so there's that. It appears the made-up BS about Harry taking a trip with friends is pretty much Harry's traveling to New York, UK, South Africa, and Lesotho as a global advocate. I don't think they know anything. There's my comment here. They didn't know. There's the word here. They pull something out of there. There's the word here. Alright, the British tabloid made up stories about Harry and Meghan for clicks and for the idiot to buy the papers. Alright, Prince Harry and Meghan did spend his birthday with close friends, but it was to help a charity. There are pics on it. Yeah, and I think I share some of them. Okay, I think I have a problem because when I see either Harry or Meghan, I find myself smiling. Okay, oh yeah, I forgot about the boys trip. He was supposedly gonna take... That's true. There's that word here. The British media being deprived of access to faves, so they are making up stories as usual. Our friends are global leaders. Harry, King of Hearts, carrying on his mother's legacy. They made up a story. Yeah, that's all it was. Next tweet. These people have no shame. No shame at all. Attack on the monarchy. The Mail has run a story about the wasteful excess of the monarchy. The comments tap 1,000 plus and are mostly anti-monarchy. And there's all those hashtags and they tag some people. Kensington Royal Family, King Charles III, Kate Middleton. Alright, so he just took the screenshot of the headline. When Queen Camila smoked, she had silver cigarette boxes in every room, and you won't believe how pampered King Charles' shoelace are. Royal expert Brian Hoy revealed the extent of the royal life of luxury. That was some of the things I started seeing on my timeline. And then they switch off to that the royal family, Harry is supposed to come back or something similar to what I saw from the video from the Sun. There's something going on. They really want Harry to be back over there. I don't know. He's supposed to be at WellChild. Let me see what's going on with WellChild. Let me look it up if anything popped up, because Harry's supposed to be in the UK regarding WellChild now. Maybe he did it already and they didn't put anything out until after he leaves. I don't know. Let me see if there's anything. Okay, so so far nothing. This is the only thing that I see here, which I shared a while back on our Port of Pew service. We are delighted to announce that WellChild patron Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, will attend the 2024 WellChild Award in association with GSK on 30th September, which is today. The Duke will meet our inspirational winners at a pre-ceremony reception before joining them in the main event. Alright, and the main event winners, where is it? Main event. More WellChild Award update will be shared in the coming weeks. Alright, so far nothing. Alright, so today's the 30th. I don't see anything new popped up. Alright, this is September 29. I don't want to play that. Alright, so that's back in 23, September 18. So these are old stuff. So go back to this. So they want him back over there. Well, I don't know, whatever it is that they went back to their drawing board trying to lure him back, and you know, the papers, the lawsuit and everything. The disrespect and language they are using on Meghan and Harry on national television is a disgrace. Reporters are getting quite radical with no pushback. When they turn on the royals, it will be fun to watch. Then the blame game will begin. Shows media palace desperation and unhappiness with their own lives. What this ultimately is jealousy over Harry and Meghan living the dream. Why they are telling them to make up with Harry. Yeah, but that will never happen. Yeah, they're telling him, but the main thing is, remember, the lawsuit. They have something set up, you know, I don't know. Whatever it is, you know, let me just move out of there before I start sharing my crazy thought. Next tweet. Did Vanity Fair just call Prince William and Kate and their Kensington Palace staff lazy? Quote, Harry and Meghan have always been more project-driven than his Windsor family relatives, a quality which was previously met with skepticism and some disdain from the palace staff. End quote. Oh my God.
Yeah, I think there's another factor here too, that Meghan is a very professional woman, and she's very American in that way, and the male-dominated culture, the royal household, doesn't like the kind of terms that they would use there, pushy American. They don't like pushy Americans, meaning that they don't like professional people who work hard. And a lot of the Debbie kind of girls who get to work inside the palace work from about 9 to 12 and then take the rest of the day off. And Meghan was very impatient with that. She wanted to see a new work ethic, maybe a work ethic as strong as the Queen's herself.
Okay, we decided on a new name for the Kensington Palace School. Okay, so that's probably how do you call this? Ne'er-do-well I don't know what language is that. Yep, call them lazy and trifling because KP and BP, principals and staff do. What is it they said? The last one is laughing my ass off. Next tweet. But then what is it? One of the UK historian was saying these people go to work from 9 to 12 and then they take the rest of the day off. And Harry and Meghan, you know, hard workers. And Meghan want them to be productive, and this is why the staff went on that hate train along with the royal family, with William's coup.
Have been, as we know, is that the Mail on Sunday had the ruling against them in February, and they were then appealing it. So it was lawyers from the Mail on Sunday who would have approached Jason Naff, knowing that these emails and messages existed. That would have been the point. Unless, I mean, the most likely outcome is that Jason obviously would have then gone to William and Kate, and clearly he has cooperated. He would not have cooperated with those lawyers without their definite knowledge.
All right, next tweet. Harry's not backing down. Quote, they push me too far. It got to a point where you're damn if you do and you're damn if you don't. But I don't think there's anybody in the whole world better suited and placed to be able to see this through than myself. Yeah, Harry's not backing down, especially what happened to his mom. There's no way. Okay, 2 minutes and 6 seconds. That's the ITV interview, I think this is, a while back.
Look at what has happened in the last 4 years to me, my wife and my family, right? So that was a very hard decision for me to make, which is how bad is it going to get?
Some people would say that you know, you taking on these high-profile battles, but that actually attracts more attention onto you.
There is more than enough attention on me and my wife anyway. They pushed me too far. It got to a point where you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. I don't think there's anybody else in the world that is better suited and placed to be able to see this through than myself. It's still dangerous. And all it takes is one lone actor, one person who reads this stuff to act on what they have read. And whether it's a knife or acid, whatever it is, and these are things that are a genuine concern for me. It's one of the reasons why I won't bring my wife back to this country.
You were in charge of royal protection. How would you characterise the threats that Meghan and Harry receive?
Well, disgusting and very real. I've talked publicly for many years about the threat of extreme right-wing terrorism in this country. I've often been misquoted as taking my eye off the ball, as though I think that was the biggest threat. I've never called it the biggest threat, but it was the fastest growing. You know, and my wonderful friend and counterpart at MI5 will tell you exactly the same thing, that when I started in CT in 2015... Counterterrorism, it was about 6% of our total workload. Certainly when I left 15, 16 months ago, it was over 20% of our workload.
But there were many serious, credible threats against Meghan, were there, emanating from the far right in this country?
Absolutely. If you'd seen the stuff that was written and you were receiving it, the kind of rhetoric that's online, if you don't know what I know, you would feel under threat all of the time.
So you were convinced that there was a genuine threat to Meghan's life on on more than one occasion, on several occasions?
We had teams investigating it. People have been prosecuted for those threats.
As I was listening to this, and I was like, you know what? This is the perfect tweet to place on the Sun video. I'm going to go to it and paste that link of that because it well deserved. Because what this guy was saying, as if none of the things that happened in that video happened. There's my comment here. All right, so let me paste that as well here. Okay, I open 2 tabs. Let me pause for a second. Okay, so this is what I would. I think this tweet fits perfectly for this lunatic who think we forgot what happened to Meghan Markle. So there's the tweet here with that video. All right, so let's read some of the comments from this. When he discusses the one lone actor and various outcomes, I get sad and angry. I wish all their haters would go crawl somewhere and vaporize, putting it nicely. He should not have to accept or get comfortable with threats like this. And from his blood family driving the hate, it's despicable. Right? Mad if you do, mad if you don't. It's too bad he can't sue his own family for the damage they have caused. And I think this is the thing too. I think, in my humble opinion, that lawsuit that's coming, I think at some point the paper is gonna write the family out. Because if they want to be clear of everything, they sort of hinted when Meghan was suing the papers for her privacy, the letter. They sort of hint to it, but they got close enough, but they didn't get to them. But I think this time, because now Harry is suing them head on, at some point, I think they're gonna out the family. Okay, whatever's on the screen, that's it. I'm disgusted with the way Harry and Meghan have been treated. It makes me very sad that they had to leave us. What do we now have? A lazy waste of space calling themselves the royal family and taking nearly £500 million off the taxpayers for their indulgent lifestyle. What is it? That was one comment I responded. And I was like, when Harry and Meghan was going through all of this, nobody stood up for them. Nobody. With the exception of some of the female member of parliament who wrote that open letter. Is it to the paper or to Meghan? I forget. I had it in one of my videos, old videos. Okay? To at least show the world not everybody's on the same side. But besides that, everyone in the UK keep their mouth shut. Okay, and I always bring, that's when Meghan came back saying about her suicidal thought, and you have Hugh Jackman who spoke up. But besides that, and it's now, okay? Now, after they left, 4 or 5 years later, that's when I'm starting to see some pushback with regular Brits who, when they call the radio, or especially LBC, some of them I share with you on some of my videos, there's some pushback. But at the time when the hate was consistent, non-stop, was very heated, which got my attention. I told you guys so many times I was not following Meghan or Harry, but the thing was so bad it caught my attention to look deeper into it. Nobody was saying a damn thing. There was no pushback. Harry and Meghan were on their own. It's unbelievable. All right. When you see a wrong, you guys need to speak up. Otherwise, the rest of the world is going to frame you guys in the same boat. When you look what's happening in the US right now, we are going through some deep shit. We don't know. We have what, next month? Okay. And after that, it's election day. And I think there's starting to be some early voting already. We are in a deep shit with what was going on. What happened is that when we saw the BS that was happening, and I told you, if you look at some of my old videos on PYTE after the election, is that, and I said African American, Native American, and some minorities helped put democracy on a string and life support. And then now more people's eyes are opening. You see a lot of regular American who's now seeing the light. Some who have something to say, they say it. We don't just sit back and let stupidity happening. Yes, it happened, but at least we're fighting back. We don't just sit back and let them, do their nonsense. But it got to a point where so many people were completely hypnotized. They did it in a way so smoothly while they're taking their freedom away. But now that people see what's happening, they open their mouth and speak up. A lot of YouTube channels have opened up to talk about things that mainstream media are not talking about. But meanwhile, the UK, everybody stay online. With the exception of some of the female prime ministers. Not prime ministers, member of parliament. All right, so the UK need to speak up. But now I'm starting to see it, okay? But before I did not. Okay, Harry is right. You know, something big is going on somewhere when they're trying to distract the public attention by all this ridiculous claim. £500 million per year, Harry's success in New York City or something else. Same old tired playbook, as VP Harris will say. Right, and this is why he's not going back. Also, how shady of a parents is Charles the Cool, knowing there are very credible threat against his own son and his wife, and actually chose to end their security. I mean, acid in the face. who thinks of the stuff like that? Well, crazy people do. They've done that. Crazy people do. Alright. Alright, so let me pause for a second. Where am I? 42. Alright, I almost skipped. Alright, so now it's on a lighter thing. This is a video of Jimmy Carter. Not Jimmy Carter. What happened to it? It's gone. That was video Jimmy Fallon. Okay, not Jimmy Carter, Jimmy Fallon. Okay, so it's gone. Let me look for it, see if somebody put it. Let me pause for a second. Okay, so this is it. I'm surprised it didn't happen. The link didn't work. But this is the tweet. This will make certain people seethe. Jimmy Fallon said Prince Harry was solely game for his Tonightmare haunted maze, and the zombie actors were freaking out over the royal. Alright, 32 seconds. Let's listen.
You got Tonightmares going on as well.
Get ready for what? Tonightmares was so fun. We just did it with Prince Harry. It was insane. The best part, we did it with Prince Harry, and the actors dressed as the zombies at the end. Both have, with security cameras are on them, and they have a freak out. The one zombie goes, "Oh my gosh!" He goes, "Watch!" He goes, "That was Prince Harry." And the other zombie's like, and they start doing this. It steals the show. It's super fun. He was a great guest. Totally game for it. It's scary, but it's fun.
You got Tonightmares going.
Let me read some of the comments. Also, let's see if the incandescent one try to find a haunted house to go to. I won't be surprised. I won't be surprised. Oh dear. And can hear the teeth gnashing from here. There's the laugh here. Yes, I'm sure someone's head is exploding over this, and I'm sure some pillows will be tossed. I don't know. They raise them in a crazy way. That jealousy thing, it's ridiculous. Okay, I love reading their coverage yesterday morning. They were so mad, saying Harry was acting all-American. Oh, did they? These Brits are so painfully dull. It's clear Harry never belonged there in the first place. There's the laugh here. I don't follow them. I didn't see. Maybe it was on my timeline, but I took a little step back yesterday, Sunday. Not much. I mean, I check in here and there, but I wasn't really too much on Twitter. Okay, this is the next tweet. When a former palace staffer sees Prince Harry, there's the crying face here, the hug says enough. The emotional on her face, I bet Harry was probably the only person to treat her with respect in that family. Harry greets tearful former palace staff Eva Omagomi at the Dana Award on Monday. Oh, okay. That's nice. Look at, she's probably crying, not only to seeing him, knowing all the thing he went through. My goodness, I think she's still with them, by the way. Well, that says more about how she feels about Harry. Look at her face. She probably was relieved to see the only person to treat her kind. Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, she misses him. What? They actually had a black staff member. I'm literally speechless. Isn't the lady that runs... Yeah, I'll put the picture. She was wearing a red dress, and I think she's the one who's sort of running the Dino Award or something. She's black. Alright, there's that. Let me see. There's one comment under it. The only one they ever had probably. She looks so relieved to see Harry. I bet she went through it. It seems like she works in the royal house. Someone posted a screenshot from something like LinkedIn. Okay, I don't know anything. Okay, now I understand that big hug better. That viperness, there's that. Oh my goodness. Wish we could know more about her story. This photo is full of love. When Harry and Meghan give you a hug, they meant it. To show their support. To show they support you. It's all in that hug. Love and genuineness. Yeah, you could see the way Harry is hugging her too. Wow. This is nice. Next tweet. Now this is the thing about I think this should be a video about the tattoo thing. No, it's not. Oh, let me look for that video. I don't think I shared it yet. Then I'll come to this.
Vanaka. It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life.
You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.